Okay, so I'm supposed to introduce Casey Plouffe. I don't know why they asked me to do this because I'm like the big crier. I'm the emotional one. But no, I'm going to cry. You know I'm going to cry. I just want to say, I didn't really prepare anything because I really believe that like Spirit will flow through me. God will flow through me and say what needs to be said and what needs to be heard. And honestly, I will tell you this. It's probably true that everyone sitting out here has been touched by Casey Plouffe at some time or another. I mean, and when Casey touches someone, she doesn't just touch. She reaches down in your heart and lets you know that you're loved. And she's going to come up here and talk to you about a lot of things, but one thing I know about her is that she's for real. You can absolutely believe every word that comes out of her mouth. We've kind of grown up together, and there were times where I didn't really understand why she was telling me to listen to this and grow myself. I was like, what are you talking about? Let's lock the bathroom door and get on the floor and do the three-way calls. But I understand now because my business is not going to grow as big as I'm able to handle that business. And the more I grow, the more my business will grow. And she's taught so many of us that. And she's like the girl next door. She's like the girl that has the great personality, but also is real. She's touchable. She's lovable. And she's the real, real, real deal. You're 7-star. Is that right? She's 7-star. I know they said all that earlier. Come up and share with us. We always benefit. Give it up for Casey Plouffe.
All right. I need to breathe after that. My tissues. Thank you so much for that introduction. Cindy, I'm so grateful for you and, everybody up here, Bridget and, Carlotta and Tanya and, of course, Wendy, the woman that came into my life and changed my life, my business. Can I get a clicker? Is that up here? Oh, I see it. All right, so I spoke a little bit earlier, and I didn't really share my whole story, and I want to share some of my story. And, I didn't know when I got the box, the brown box, and it had all those sayings on the outside, family, health, freedom, integrity, all of those things. And when I read those, I don't even know if I really paid attention to it. Jennifer was reaching out to me, making sure I had everything that I needed, and she said, there's a CD in there. And I got the CD out, and it said, have it all on it. I don't know if the CD now has that on there, but that's what it had. And that's kind of something that stuck and resonated with me throughout this journey because I know Isagenix is a vehicle that allows us to have it all. And we've all heard about these products. You put them in your body. Honestly, that's the only thing that you need to do to learn about the products is put them in your body. We have all the tools and the resources to educate on the products. But it was really when I stepped in to finding myself in personal development that I really got to start experiencing what having it all is. And when I thought about what I was going to talk about, I completely changed it up right before my slides were due. So literally I was had them sent and it was like 2 a.m. because I did it from 10 to 2. So I was like, I'll get them to you, Ken. But I just want to talk for a minute about what drives Isagenix. Has anybody seen that calendar, what drives Isagenix? All right, so not many, so I'm excited. I want to play this video from our incredible founder.
The truth is the world needs us right now, and we have the obligation to make a difference. I want to encourage you to join us in preserving these values and culture. First was health. Health is a value for Isagenix. We're goal-driven as a company. integrity, innovation. It's what we do. Freedom. It's what we stand for. And we have purpose. Contribution. Transformation. We're committed to leadership development. Gratitude. And we have fun. And finally, we are family.
And I can tell you that every single thing in that video is absolutely what Isagenix is. And I just want to invite everyone to release comparison, right? Because I was the queen of comparison. I was following Jennifer Trinkner, right? You guys saw her up here. I mean, Miss Hawaiian Tropic, Miss Bikini Universe, a top and rolling sponsor. And it's like so I was failing, right? I was looking at myself as not going fast enough or failing, and so I was robbing myself of all this joy. When we compare ourselves or we look at other people's stories, we have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. So when it talks about free to be me, truly, this is a place where you can find yourself and grow this business by growing yourself so you can be authentic and true in your own space, in your own body. So it's when I release that comparison or saying, well, they're going faster than me, well, why am I not doing this? It's all this negative talk that I had going on that is stealing your joy in this business, right? Has anybody in here done comparing? All right, I was the queen of it. So just release that and just know that this is about you, right, growing into yourself. And again, just what Jessica said about that it's really not even about us, right? But as we grow ourselves, we can be that example for other people to then see that. So I just really wanted to invite everyone to release comparison because that will assist us in growing beyond our wildest dreams. Katie Newbaum did a beautiful job with talking about the why. And I'm going to share a lot of my why right now. And when I got into this business, I had seen Jennifer's post, and I wanted to lose a little bit of weight. That was it. And, so I reached out to her, and, the business, I wasn't opposed to it. I wasn't like Wendy, and I didn't put Jennifer in my phone as do not answer when she talked about the business. So I was in Wendy Jarvis's phone as do not answer, just so you all know, when I approached about the business aspect. But I put these products in my body because one of the core things about Isagenix is health, right? Because health is everything. I don't care how much time we have, how much money we have. If we don't have our health, right? So like that is a core thing. And every single time we give that gift, we're giving the gift of health when we give Isagenix. And I was a nurse for kids with cancer when I started Isagenix. And I loved my job. Those kids absolutely changed my life. And I was living on Red Bull, coffee, Diet Mountain Dew, and I was just, I was exhausted. I was working night shift. That's the name of the game, though, caffeine, baby. Anybody here used to be addicted to caffeine like crazy? And so, Isagenix, it transformed my health. I released weight. I felt fantastic. And when I started feeling so good, I started researching what Isagenix was. I didn't research it at all before I put it in my body. I'm like, well, Jennifer knows about it. I'll do it. I'm putting all this other crap in my body. Might as well put this in. And it blew me away. I started, watching documentaries, GMO, OMG, what the fork are you eating? And, Paul Anderson, really laid it out for us as to why it works. So my passion and my belief in that product just kept growing and growing. And it was researching things outside of even Isagenix. And so I just want to ask you, where is your belief in these products? Because if you believe in this product, that it's the greatest nutrition on the planet, you can share that and people will sense it, right? It's mindset, and how we've kept hearing about personal development and mindset. Just know that your belief in these products is so important, and just being a product of the product, but that is just so valuable. And when I was seeing kids lose their lives, it's so young, that really did. It also really made me think about what's important in life, too. Because you guys, if you don't have your health, it's so hard to get it back. And so after I knew I was going to be talking about these products, and I said earlier how I said, Jennifer, what do I need to do? Just get to it in a bit. I read a book called The 4-Year Career. Now, I also want to ask you to rate yourself. So if you were going to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your belief in the industry of network marketing? Right? When people ask me what I do, I'm a professional network marketer, and I am so proud of it. I believe it to be the greatest industry in the world because it allows you to pour into yourself, and it allows you to give back and pour into other people, and we have the holy grail of companies, right? So then I also asked you, what is your belief on a scale of 1 to 10? And really think about this, because this is going to assist you. So what is your belief on Isagenix as the company? Do you believe, if you're a part of the greatest industry in the world, that Isagenix is the greatest company in the world and the greatest industry? I absolutely believe that, and I didn't know from anything on how I was going to build this business, right? I had no idea how, and if you've ever been to some of our events or you've seen Peta Kelly, and she draws it out, and it start with why, because your why will lead you to how you're going to build this. And so I just said yes, and I said I was going to learn it, right? And I just said I was going to send people to Jennifer, just like how Wendy enrolled Cindy, but she was working full time and only 4 or 5 hours a week. So then I started helping Cindy, right? You use the people that are in it, and you just kind of let them help lead you, and just say yes. And this is my why. And I started this to retire my husband, to truly treat it like a business. You know how kind of you have like the one foot in and then you're stepping it out, or it gets kind of hard and it's like, well, maybe I'm going to watch TV right now. I don't want to do that. Like that's kind of where I was. And again, I was comparing myself, and I was kind of like, well, why am I not making more money? My actions were reflecting what I was doing, right? What I was seeing in my business was a complete reflection of truly what I was doing. And so when I realized that this was a vehicle I'd retire my husband, I remember one time in this house right here, and this is where I lived, not the whole house, just part of it. That's a duplex. So just part of it. And that's where I lived when I started Isagenix. And I remember it being hard. People, there had been some returns, or, people just, witness protection program. Do you ever have people you've reached out to and then they go in the witness protection program? Right? Yeah, like I had a lot of people in the witness protection program. And I was burnt out. I just felt like I was failing, right? Because I looked at what I thought was success and titles and advancement. I didn't look at success as in keeping going even though I was having some quote-unquote failures, right? Which is what the true success is. And I just remember just like this, just in my shower one day, and I was just crying and crying and crying. But the thought of being able to retire my husband and not have to go through deployments, like that was stronger for me, right? So it's like all that pain that was there and just wanting to quit so badly, but it's like that was stronger, right? And then I started reaching out. I'd reach out to Jennifer. I reached out to Callie Miller, and I remember she just talked me through it. And so reach out to people if you hit those moments. But if you're not hitting some of those moments, if you haven't had some wall kicking, I kind of, should I keep going? Is this for me? I'm not a network marketer. I'm just a nurse. I don't know anything. Then it means you're probably doing enough, right? So if you're not having some wall kicking moments, we want to step it up a little bit, because there is a learning curve. This is also my office. Thank you. This is my office where I started. I don't know if you guys can see that, right? How much production do you think was happening there? I was getting in the bed because I was really overwhelmed at how that office looked, right? So, but if you're like anything like me, and you have a strong why, then you can absolutely grow yourself, okay? And so, at Isagenix, right? And these are all out of the calendar, and let's see. There are some out there, I don't know if they're still for sale. You can get them on ISIS sales tools, there's bigger ones. But when I read this at Top Achievers last year, I got teary. It literally gave me goosebumps because I'm like, this is what I'm a part of. This is what I'm a part of, the core values. And just open their minds to see beyond what they thought possible. The best versions of ourselves. Inspire those around us. You guys, Isogenics, it can breathe life back into you. To inspire, to breathe in life, right? That's what Isogenics can be. And we all have a different story as to what it is that it can do for us. I'm not a mom. Majority of people that I work with are moms. For your kids and everything. But are you willing to grow yourself? I was at an event, GoPro with Eric Worre, love those events. And a gentleman was up and speaking, and he said, if personal development is not for you, I invite you to find something else to do because you will never grow a network marketing business. And that really resonated with me. And I had been building for about a year. And I had gotten to a nurse's salary. So I had gotten to $3,000 a month. Now, as a nurse, I was earning $1,500 every 2 weeks if I worked overtime, or $1,200 not working overtime, and you're responsible for people's lives. Once I got so passionate about nutrition, I almost felt kind of non-congruent in the nursing world anyway. But I couldn't get past that. And I went to an event called Follow Your Bliss. Anybody ever been to that event? That's the event that turned those muscles into softness at the heart. He was running out the door, trying to run away at that event. And I really started to understand my mindset and the law of attraction, because what I just asked, what's your belief in the products, the company, the industry, right? That's what you're attracting. If you're attracting people that think this is a pyramid, you might still have a hang-up about it being a pyramid scheme. If you're attracting people that think it's expensive, you might think it's expensive. So really get clear on that for yourself, because I promise you, what's showing up for you is a direct reflection of kind of where you are. And the biggest, thank you, the biggest, belief in myself, that was my lowest, okay? So I would like you to rate, too, your belief in yourself, maybe on a scale of 1 to 10. Can I do this? You might see other people doing it, but can I do it? Because that's where mine was kind of the lowest. And then also, I would like to ask you to rate yourself in universal law. When I say universal law, the law of attraction, the law of gratitude, those even, the law of compensation, does that even ring a bell? Because for me, it didn't. But I became a student of that. 3 months after I left Follow Your Bliss, I hit $10,000 in a month. And that is a massive shift. I went executive and I've kept climbing, and my highest month to date has been $45,000. And that's work, right? But it's a direct reflection, and that takes a team, right? That figure represents a lot of people getting really healthy, but what it also represents is having a lot of people throughout your organization that are all doing the same thing, and they're starting to believe in themselves, because belief is so crucial, you guys. But I promise you, once you make the decision and you 100% commit, and it's not that kind of half in or teeter-tottering, and it's I don't care how long it's gonna take me, what it's gonna take, what I gotta do, how far I have to go outside of my comfort zone, I am all in. God, the universe, your higher power will start moving mountains for you. I promise you he will, and people will start falling into your business. Opportunities just start showing up, and you can't even describe it. And I got organized, and I got serious, right? This red notebook right here, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's my gratitude, right? Kathy Coover says to write your gratitude. Kathy Coover tells me to do it, I'm doing it, okay? Does anybody ever practice gratitude or have a... You guys, there's something about when you're really, really grateful for everything, and I mean everything, even the BS that we think is BS. Have you ever had something that seems like crap, then it turned out to be one of the greatest blessings of your life? That's happening throughout your day in your Isogenics business. You just don't see it. So I just invite everybody, contact Wendy if you need to get organized, first off. Second off, gratitude. Just be grateful for everything. Be grateful for every single no. And sometimes when you're talking to someone, that person is not meant to be in your Isagenix business, but they showed up in your life as a divine intervention for you to learn something or for you to practice on them, and that's what they're there for. So be so grateful for them. And then I also want to just talk for a minute about contribution, because at Isagenix we believe in giving back. And you know, Make-A-Wish obviously is a very near and dear to my heart. I saw a lot of kids have their last wishes granted through Make-A-Wish. So I'm a huge advocate of that. But you know, if you feel like money is tight or money is scarce and you can't do anything, like that's what's so great about having such large amounts of residual income is you can give back. Okay, but even before I was making the money, I sponsored children. I read a book called The Have It All Woman by Susan Sly. Anybody ever read that book? Phenomenal book. And she said that if you feel like you're stuck or stagnant, give. And I got on and I sponsored a child in Isagenix, or in Make-A-Wish. And you know, now I have these kids around the world. And so I invite you, like, find something that you're passionate that you can give to. If it's not money, give your time, right? Just do something that is a universal law that's gonna start doing this rippling effect. It comes back sevenfold. Never expect it to come back from the source that you give to, but I promise you, you are rewarded sevenfold for the things that we give. So definitely allow that to be one of your core values as you go through your growth process. You know, integrity. Look at your organization. You know, why is Jennifer's organization booming? What is it? 10-star, platinum, 17-star executive? I can't keep up, right? But look at her integrity with her doing what she's asking other people to do, right? She is on there. She is connecting. She is reaching out to people. She is going to every single event. She's not asking anybody to do what she's not willing to do. Right? And so really think about, like, how am I showing up? Am I doing what I'm asking other people to do, or am I hoping to get lucky with one on my left and one on my right? Right? That is a very real thing that I had to get very honest with myself, because I was sitting in this, ooh, I just hope I get someone, right? So, and two, let's just take getting people just totally out of it. Like, it's about blessing, it's about gifting. Innovation, Isagenix, right? They're always making things better. We got the amp line, the whey thins. Oh, the whey thins they're like puffy now. They're so delicious. Gluten-free, right? So, but innovation, I had to learn things, right? I had to start learning things. I wasn't a master at Facebook, but I started to learn it. I didn't know how to do virtual presentations, but I started to learn it. I was petrified to get up and speak in front of people. And now it's something I'm getting outside of my zone, right? You know, I started to have to network with people like Bill, who now has an international organization for me, right? And so I've had to start learning, okay, all these different things on how I'm gonna be able to communicate with people I don't even speak the same language with and do a Super Saturday in Indonesia. Like, what's up with that, right? So, but it doesn't matter. You have to start growing yourself in the things that you do in your business and connect every single way, right? So as you start doing that, you're gonna start attracting those people. And then leaders grow here. You guys, our success is because of our leaders. And my favorite thing about Isagenix is the relationships, truly. You know, I knew Jennifer before, for our party days. And the relationship that you get to keep growing with people, the relationship that you're going to develop with people, the relationship that you're going to develop with yourself, and like that self-love that Katie was talking about, right? Like, that's what this is. And we're putting the best nutrition in our body. And if anybody ever studies like the law of vibration, which is the most epic law out there, Isagenix is very high vibrational food, okay? So that's important too. But so, you know, you really think about that, and you're gonna start, these people are gonna start showing up in your business. And I would like anybody to stand up, if other than my mother and my sister in this room, if you were in my life before Isagenix and are here now with me, would you stand up? Nobody. Oh, one, there's Fred. Right? Oh, Zach, two. Anybody else? Two people. My organizational tree has over 13,000 people that have come in through it. Two people. It's not who you know right now. I promise you, it is who you are going to meet and who you are meeting based on the person you're becoming. All right, so these are executives and absolute leaders that I have throughout my organization, and I wanted to focus on servant leadership. Servant leadership, right? Because we are only as great as our leaders are, right? And so Jennifer's blessed. She has a lot of great leaders, right? I'm blessed. I have a lot of great leaders, and it's not the person. And I'm telling you guys, you think that there's going to be these people, man, they're going to come in, they're going to rock this business. They got these huge networks. Woo, woo, woo. Anybody ever had somebody come in that they knew was going to just kill it, and now they don't even do isogenics anymore? Right? I've had a couple of those. And two, I just invite you to just really, your leaders too, I promise you, they will show you they are a leader. You don't have to go searching for your leaders. You want to search and you want to pour love into everybody, but your leaders will show you who they are by their actions. I promise you that, right? And all it takes is a few. And, I met Wendy randomly on Facebook. Then, of course, I met Cindy, at a launch party. And then through somebody that Wendy introduced Joe. Wendy also, Lindley was a family member of hers. And then Joe and Shanna, with Jamie. And now all those pink shirts. Can I get my pink shirts to stand up here? This Team Virginia. Right, all from one person. Wendy Jarvis. Like, that's where you are one conversation away from blessing somebody else beyond your wildest dreams, and that in turn is going to come back to you sevenfold. One conversation away. So just how many conversations? And that's really might be getting outside of your comfort zone. Okay, truly, so just, you guys, servant leadership. And that's going to turn into the one team, because it's such a rippling effect. And when I've done retreats and things like that, we don't talk that much about business at all. Like hardly at all. We talk about what's going on in our lives. We talk about what's going on in our families, and we talk about kind of just life and where we are, and how we can easily let ourselves focus on the negative. And I want to ask you guys this. When you're thinking or you're talking and you're looking in your back office, is it, man, I'm only cycling one time, or I only cycled one time this week, or man, this person stopped ordering, or oh my gosh, I got a return. Let me go look up who returned it. Right? Does anybody go check out who's doing a return when they get that? I never check out a return because I don't want to focus on it. What you focus on grows, right? So if I'm focusing on I just have 1 or 2 cycles, guess what I'm gonna keep getting? 1 or 2 cycles, right? It is by law. Like, you can go through a stop sign and get away with it, right? A human law. But those universal laws, you break it, baby. You're gonna to reap it. So I just invite everyone to really start to understand your self-talk and what you're saying to yourself, because that sum of the 5 is so true. And surround yourself with groups of people, right? The one team. Surround yourself with those people who are going to keep pouring that inspiration into you. Leaders are readers. Leaders are absolute readers. If you're watching TV instead of reading a book and your business isn't growing, that is why. There is no BV in TV, right? My mentor, Lenny Evans, told me that. There is no BV in TV. And, so when I shut the TV, when I got serious about this, the TV went away. The radio went away, right? And oftentimes now when I have my phone conversations with friends and people that I'm doing this, oftentimes people call me because they're going through something. What's going good in your life? Like, I understand this is good, but what's going good? Well, what do we want more of? Let's focus on that. Like, really start to listen to your self-talk, because it's everything. And whether you think you can do this business or whether you think it's hard and that you can't do it or that it won't work, you're going to get exactly that. So just really start to just be very, very, very careful with what you're thinking. I have in the business groups, or if you want one, I have a list of a bunch of books that I have read. The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by Steve Harbecker was one of the quotes that Ken Carnes pulled out. And it was that, your income will only grow to the extent that you grow yourself. And, that there's nothing more true. There is nothing more true. And stop waiting for your upline, your sideline, your downline, somebody coming to your business. You don't need anybody, because when you step up, things start happening. I promise you, you don't need anybody to start attracting the right kind of people. And you form this circle, right? You're gonna form this circle, and I'm telling you, these people will go to the end of the earth and back for you. Lindsay and Quan would do absolutely anything for me, and I would do anything for them, right? And I didn't know them before this business, right? Lindsay Kramer, Daniel Kramer, you guys would do anything for me, and vice versa. And, so many people in this room, and you don't even know these people before, and so it's relational. It is absolutely relational. And a lot of people, and me and my team, we like to say the have it all mission. And I just want to read this to you guys, because I think it's important, not just, the Isagenix mission is to free people from physical and financial pain, and in the process create the largest health and wellness organization, and Kathy Cooper adds on there to have more 6- and 7-figure income earners than any other company. And we are doing that, baby. But our have it all mission is to inspire others to take control of every single area of their lives. We believe in developing our spiritual, emotional, physical, financial, and relational health to the fullest, and having the time freedom to enjoy it all. As we do this for ourselves, we delight guiding others to do the same. We all have this light inside of us. We've heard of it from every single speaker, right? There is this light inside of you. And my beautiful sister, who put it together some amazing gifts for me, it's, a candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. A candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. And when somebody blows out your candle, just go find somebody else that can spark it up, or learn how to, light a match and light yourself. Because this business is just as easy not to do as it is to do when you're not seeing the influx come in, right? And that's why you gotta be stone cold on that why. Why? Because the world deserves more wide awake dreamers. People, I have a whole new idea of what The Walking Dead is. And, I see people and they're miserable, and it's just, they don't know how they're gonna get out of it, and they're looking for something, and they're like praying for this miracle. It's like, it's right here. It's right here. God has answered your prayer. But it's like, we gotta get that action. Action will completely push down fear and doubt. When you're in fear and when you're in doubt, get into massive freaking action, right? And massive action can be massive personal growth. You don't wanna ever not do your income producing activities, the prospecting, presenting, duplicating. I don't like prospect, I like freedom finders. Freedom finding, right? Duplicating, presenting. But people really, really have to understand, and I invite you, learn personal development, learn universal law, and it will really help wake you up to realize that you are the co-creator of your life. And that is a beautiful gift when you realize you get to co-create your life. How? The how is this vehicle of Isagenix, you guys. I mean, we got the products, we know how to use it, it comes with a guide. We got isagenixbusiness.com. And who here has been to isagenixbusiness.com? All right. Who here is building an Isagenix business? Okay, so about the same. Okay, good. I used to tell people to go to isagenixbusiness.com, and I had never been. Right? There's that integrity piece that I was missing, for sure. Again, that getting completely honest. So, that's all the how. That is all the how. The what? The what are these products? The what are these people? The what is this community? Right? So we have it all. We have it all with Isagenix. And we saw where I started and producing, and this is my backyard now. And I believe that backyard and that space represents what I'm becoming. I don't believe it, I know it. It's representing what I'm becoming inside. And it's, I feel this light. I feel this passion, and I love the person that I'm becoming. And release perfection. It is about progress, you guys. If you are making progress, celebrate that. Celebrate that. Start tracking. We're so keen to focusing on what we did wrong. Well, I didn't do this right. Well, I should have done that. I should have done that, right? Shouldn't all over ourselves. Start writing down. If you made a connection, who cares if you didn't talk about Isagenix? If you just made a connection and got outside your comfort zone and said, oh my gosh, I like those shoes. Oh, what's your name? Oh, where are you from? Oh, great. Celebrate, right? And just like keep on those things. Start focusing more on what you're doing right, because you're doing so much more than what you think, but we're so prone to just focusing on what we're doing wrong. What I love about this business is the ability to do it from anywhere in the world. I was just blessed. I got to go to Australia and Indonesia, thank you, Bill, and for that team there, and in Bali, and I was working there, and I mean tax write-offs, and to travel the world, and to make your office and your business, give us a computer, give us a phone and a hotspot. We can do this business anywhere, because there are people everywhere, and there's people praying. They're down on their hands and knees, not knowing how they're going to get through the rest of their life, and we have the solution. You can be somebody's angel, and my husband can retire any day he wants, right? So that is what it is all about for me. If he decides it's time he wants to get out, I don't ever have to go through another deployment. So he's a stubborn man, though. He loves what he does. And for all those who serve and who have served, I mean, it's just, this is why we can do what we do. So just thank you to everyone who's military and who serves this country. Guys, nothing good happens inside the box. Nothing. And it's our ego that tells us that we're safe there. And there's really some brain stuff behind it too when you start to study or you read books like Power versus Force, and what your body goes through in your mind to keep you stuck and comfortable, because it's like the fight or flight, right? Kill or be killed. Because anytime you get uncomfortable, it's like kill or be killed. Truly, but you do have to expand it. But I promise you, it is just so much sweeter outside of the comfort zone. And I'm going to end on vision and vision boards. And I made this vision board about January of 2013 probably. And I put all these countries on. Isogenics, Dream Team, Top Achievers, hadn't been there yet. I get leadership pool checks now. I have a big passion about educating people about nutrition, especially kids with cancer. I like to make sure that parents are aware of nutrition being important. Start your life. I got the formula, being on stage. All those things. I was very, very clear with it. And now I'm in a lot of those countries, and I didn't know anybody. I just had people start showing up in my business that knew people. Serving with passion, though, now I'm getting into investments. I had this whole thing, the Have It All in Corporation, my spiritual adventure. Half of these places now, I've been there. Australia and Indonesia, we weren't even in Indonesia yet when I put that on my vision board, and I just got back from them, and I made it 3 years ago. Okay, so really, you just be open to the idea. My husband thought I was bat-flipping crazy, right? He don't think that no more. Well, maybe a little bit. But just get really clear on your vision. And I went to Sedona, and now Top Achievers is in Hawaii. I'm going to Hawaii. It's like it just starts happening, but you have to see it and put the work in. So at Isogenics, they invite you to dream big, right? And if you dream it, you can achieve it. You have all these examples of people. You're no different than any person that's been up here that has success. No different whatsoever. It's just about making the commitment and then getting into that action and having fun. When you start to have fun in this business, it's stinking amazing, right? Because then it doesn't even feel like work anymore. And it's like you're up till 2 or you're getting, I don't get up early, but if you're an up early person, you might be up early. It's you really start to have fun. And I'm gonna possibly get a little teary here, but I'd like my mommy to stand up. And in honors of Mother's Day. And, we all call her Mama Joy. And, Mom, I wouldn't be here without you. I love you so much. And you just poured so much greatness and love into me. And, I saw you give your entire life. And I know it's why I have such a spot for giving, is because I saw you do it till it almost broke you. And my sister, you guys, I was able to bring my sister home. She is now my amazing business manager too, and my nephew never has to be without his mom at a baseball game, and she is amazing at everything I just don't like to do. She enjoys doing it. So you'll find that throughout your team too. You'll start to collaborate, people's strengths that are your weaknesses, and you'll just form this unity. I'm out of time, but I just want to, if you have never read this poem, I believe this poem is everything. And, you know, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous, and maxed out? Right? Actually, who am I not to be? I am a child of God. My playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that others won't feel insecure around me. I am meant to shine as children do. I was born to make manifest the glory of God that was in me. It is in everyone. It is not just in me. And as I let my own light shine, I unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As I am liberated from my own fear, my presence automatically liberates others. You guys, let's go liberate some people. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Casey.